I know the Brooklyn Nets fans are going crazy right now. It would be surprising if Harden actually does come to the Brooklyn Nets, man. No doubt. That would make KD, Kyrie, and Harden a legit big three. All three of those guys are franchise players on one team. That would be kind of scary if they make it work. That's going to be a problem for the East. They're automatically going to be a top 3 team. Not saying they're unbeatable, but you have to admit that that's kind of a lethal big 3, man. It's going to be a problem, especially for the Celtics, especially for the Heat. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Now, Harden, he's on a max contract, so we should understand that it will cost a lot in terms of who they get in exchange for James Harden from the Rockets. If they can come up with Karis LeVert, if Karis LeVert goes, then automatically Spencer Dinwiddie is supposed to go too. I don't know why they would just bet on Karis LeVert instead of trying to maximize as many options as they could get from the Brooklyn Nets in terms of young talent. Dinwiddie and LeVert should be automatically going to Houston. You can maybe throw in Taurean Prince based on that he's going to be getting paid a significant amount next year. And if they can pry away Jared Allen, that would be a very big plus for them because they really need a center. Like it or not, Jeff Green wasn't the answer at center last season, but I believe they should start on a fresh slate, especially with a new coach coming in. If Harden ends up going, Russell Westbrook automatically is going to be gone. So Houston will be in a rebuild. I think it's going to be a quick rebuild. I don't think they're going to take a long time as a lot of Phoenix Suns or Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that they might end up like how OKC was last year, where their young talent actually does something and shows what they're worth. But it depends if the Brooklyn Nets front office really believes that Harden is the missing piece Kyrie was talking about in that press conference, I believe, at the start of 2020. And he was talking to a media guy and he asked him about his teammates, and Kyrie just talking a lot of nonsense. But it really depends if they really think James Harden is the answer, if he's going to solidify them a ring. It could happen. That big 3 was some very good supporting players, mainly veterans, of course. It's kind of possible that I could actually come out the East and win a championship at that point. They would still have to face the Lakers, of course, unless the Clippers retool their team and become a better team than the Lakers, which projecting for now doesn't show that at all, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, it will probably be Nets and Lakers in the playoffs, in the finals. Unfortunately, as a Heat fan, but it is what it is. Unless we could come up on a Giannis or Bradley Beal, probably at that point. But yeah, man, Harden to the Nets will be a problem, just based on talent and what those guys bring to the table in terms of being versatile offensive players. They have to share one ball, of course. I think that at that point, James Harden has to be willing to be an off-ball player, knowing that KD needs the rock and Kyrie needs the rock to do what they do. Not saying that Harden's going to be off-ball all the time, but he's a shooting guard, so I think he should probably play that role of being the shooting guard. Same for Kyrie at that point. If Harden's handling the ball, then Kyrie's supposed to be, being able to do catch and shoot threes or possibly come to the basket. At that point, yes, I would probably shoot the trigger and do a Harden trade. But it's really up to the front office. It really depends if they see that Harden is that missing piece, which I think he is, to be honest with you. But yeah, man, it all takes time at this point. Maybe they'll. I'm pretty sure they probably will make that move on draft night. I'm not really sure if Houston has a draft pick in the first round or Brooklyn does. I have to look at that again, but yeah, man, we have to wait and see about that.